like I told you beforehand, because I already how to say like develop my capacity in this film study. This experience this strengthen my commitment, especially it is because it is really related to your to LPDP value or missions, for instance. And I am applying for this scholarship because it will help me. Tapi kalau yang ketiga ini saya jarang pakai ya with yang ketiga karena this is more into kayak personal apa self center, tapi saya akan bilang adalah because I wanna fill the gap, for instance, gitu. So yeah, that's quite short explanations about about my material my slide presentations for today. And after this, Bang Amdal, in my plan, initial plan that we are going to like apa namanya Bang, make kind of simulations where they will be in part in like breakout rooms, and then they have to prepare about the point that they have to deliver in their breakout room, and then we are going to maybe at the end of the program we will like uh, try to make it better kali ya. It doesn't mean that I'm an expert enough ya kakak-kakak sekalian, but I have quite a lot of experiences that related to this and how many people to get the brain gitu. So it doesn't mean that I am that professional enough for this kind of field of expertise gitu. Okay, Bang Amda.
What did you want to hit right now for questions or later?
It's more into like practicing fun. So I have that they can like how to say make simulations or it is like okay kita semacam buat apa bang namanya ya role play ya can we say that role
A
play.
role play. Yeah,
Yes,
that can
so
be
it's
role
kind
play.
of role play in their breakout room. So they will do it in their partner, where guys you have to like misalnya gini, kalian akan bermain role play, satu berperilaku sebagai acting as the interviewer dan satu sebagai interviewee, kemudian nanti kita gantian role play-nya. Dan yang harus kalian masukkan kira-kira apa aja, harus ada nama, kemudian dari keenam poin ini, terserah nanti kalau mau scholarship, scholarship, kalau exchange, exchange. Kemudian apakah harus sesuai dengan your expertise? Nggak harus, you can make up the story because the thing that you are going to focus is how you develop, how you build the ideas, gitu. That's it. And I think we let them to think first, but maybe they can make it right around like 3 minutes to build the ideas to answer this kind of the question. Gitu.
Got it, got it. Kalau dari ini dulu, do you think like they can have you questions right now? Mungkin
Yes,
ada part-part
it's okay.
yang pengen
Yep.
tanyakan dulu.
Boleh, boleh, boleh.
All right. Do you guys have a questions anyway?
Kalau ada pertanyaan, nggak apa-apa ya teman-teman. You can ask me anything.
Okay,
Yep.
I would like to ask something. Before I had studied in pharmacy in
Yep.
healthcare, but right now I'm concerned on AI.
AI ya. You're
Yes,
concerned in AI.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Right now, aku ngambil kelas sekarang untuk AI engineer. Terus sekarang kalau misalnya introduce ourselves when we have a switch career like that, how we deliver it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Kak, tapi sebelumnya I have to ask some questions first before I'm going to like give direction
Yeah.
for this one.
Okay.
Is the AI that you are going to apply also still have the correlation with the pharmacy, such as drug delivery misalnya Kak? Atau it's totally changed?
Not kayak masih ada relevansinya gitu sih Kak.
So it means that it's not
Yeah.
like switching Kak. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
can you explain a little bit Kak, kalau AI that you mean also related to pharmacy? Mungkin can you elaborate or tell us a bit story about it?
Oke, first of all, aku baru join banget AI engineer, mungkin baru di awal ya Kak. Jadi awalnya tuh waktu searching mungkin baru ketemunya itu korelasinya dengan dunia farmasi is about we know that diagnose the illness like that. Jadi kita prediksi ini data bisa diagnosa penyakit kayak ini pasien sakit atau tidak seperti itu. Terus untuk drug development itu juga berkaitan sekarang kayak lebih ke machine learning. Jadi machine learning kayak help our field to develop more like drugs and etc like that. Baru itu sih Kak.
Oke. Nah, berarti karena dia ada something that still relatable both of them, Kak,
Iya,
itu sebenarnya kita hanya like shifting the focus ya. Jadi, if
iya,
I were you, I will tell you that you have experiences in terms of pharmacist first, and then you also at the same time also develop your skill, especially in terms of AI. For instance, like kalau istilah farmasi kan ada drug delivery ya Kak ya. Jadi in terms
iya,
if you use the AI, it can help like to provide the better drug or the appropriate drug for our consumer, for instance, right? Sorry, our patients, for instance. Nah, jadi I will tell both. Misalnya kayak gini. Currently, I have an experience since 2015, for instance, in the pharmaceutical study, and at the same time, also sharpen my skill, especially in the AI use in the medical studies. So this is also my best reason why I want to pursue my higher education. That collaborating between medical science, sorry, between pharmacy and also the AI, where bla 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 gitu. Jadi kayak baru ceritain tujuannya.
Copy.
Jadi bisa.
Oke, thanks banget Kak. Sebenarnya ini first time banget. Sebelumnya ada experience, tapi ini bukan AI, lebih ke industri farmasi and retail. Jadi
Yes.
agak bisa.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, can I add something by the way, bro Tony?
Yes, sure, Bang.
This is by the way because apa ya, business frame, if I could say. Pokok semuanya yang berhubungan dengan pekerjaan, I can say guys, please shift our mindset into business framing biar mempermudah kita ini nanti juga apa apa ya, digojek pakai pertanyaan apapun when during ini interview. Jadi kita tetap fokus ke ini, tetap fokus ke apa yang mereka minta. Because basically when we want to be worker, professionals, dengan skill yang kita punya, berarti kan kita lagi ngebantuin mereka bertumbuh di dalam bisnis. Karena if they don't grow their business, they don't get money to pay us. That's the basic sense, totally basic sense. So let's say when Siswanda tadi, you want to save in any careers, itu semuanya betul-betul apa sah-sah aja, semuanya nggak bakal di apa ya, nggak bakal dipertanyakan, nggak bakal di underestimate whatsoever happen, since you can deliver value yang ngebikin mereka itu getting more growth in their business dalam bentuk apapun ya, finance kayak they can get faster decisions, they can get bigger revenue, they can get more clients, they can get more trust from their user, apapun itu yang penting menguntungkan si company. So apapun nanti ininya, apapun nanti in the end you learn from the AI engineering. Terus mau di tailor tuh kayak apa ya, kayak digabung-gabung gitu loh, your past experience sama yang sekarang, at least itu menguntungkan si company, itu udah masalah totally selesai baru. Karena ini sebelumnya udah ada ratusan orang ya aku coachingin untuk shifting karir gitu, yang paling mendekati terakhir orang, kebetulan banget sih orang terakhir yang kemarin tuh dari beliau kalau nggak salah dari Malang kayak, tapi di rumah sakit di Tangerang, and she is becoming yang leadernya farmasi itu, and she wants to switch career after knowing the pharmacist industry is not really good for her. Then she want to switch. Then yeah, we talk a lot. Terus akhirnya ketemu sweet spotnya banyak banget that she can actually deliver to the business.
I see. Okay, thank you, Kak. And one more, I want to know about the number 3, 2K achievement or experience is ini apa achievement itu should be measured just by a number or kita by apa cuman describe aja gitu. Apa harus ada angka yang perlu yang terukur gitu?
Yeah, this actually can be adaptable, Kak. For instance, if you're working in like the business world, so means that you have not it's nearly obligate to you like to deliver for the numbers. However, if you work like for instance the volunteerism activities, sometimes we don't have like the exact number how many participants are involved with, but at least we have the locations such as we can like have how to say how many places that we already visited, for instance, or for instance, in terms of your key achievement, especially if you are making like the research related to your field of study is also part of the achievement. So it's not only always talking about number. Maybe I can tell you a little bit about my experiences when I was interviewed by at that time USM dari Jakarta Committee, and they asked me about the achievements, and I said at times like this. Well, actually, I have no like specific number how many men that I have already helped to get scholarship, but currently, if I can tell that maybe more than around like 100, more than 100 that I already helped them to pursue their dreams. So because the important thing is it must be valid, it must be reliable, it must be dapat dipertanggungjawabkan, and it can be seen by the way you tell them.
Yeah. Okay. Because I forget like what I have done when I work at industrial pharmacy, and I'm so afraid when the numbers that I put it on my interview is like not be responsible for me like that.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still okay.
Thank you so much.
Maybe one tips from me because I love to write everything on my notes, kakak semua. Jangan pernah berpikir bahwa paling aku akan tetap ingat. No, even kamu merasa sesuatu yang paling kamu ingat pun, you always have to take a note. Makanya kenapa aplikasi note saya itu banyak sekali catatan. Even sometimes sesuatu yang sering saya temuin pun, pasti saya akan selalu catat. In case, for instance, contoh sederhana, ketika kalian membuat password, email, kalian berpikir bahwa aku akan ingat ini. Ternyata ketika buat email lain, oh pasti aku ingat ini. Kalau ingat ini, pasti password aku ini. Nyatanya adalah tidak semudah itu. Get, people forget something. People forget something easily gitu. Jadi always make a note. Perihal juga perihal catatan itu. This is also reason why kenapa persiapan scholarship lain sebagainya itu kita butuh refleksi lagi, kemudian kita catat apa-apa yang terlintas in our mind. Gitu. Okay, any other question?
Thank you, appreciate it.
Sure.
I have question, Mr. Tom. Tony ya?
Halo. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
hello,
Tony.
Mr. Tony.
Halo.
Mas Tony aja ya.
Yes,
It's
boleh.
more like familiar. Yeah, Mas Tony. Sorry, I have a question about number 1, name and current academic or professional status. Maybe jadi ceritanya gini, aku tuh lagi mau shifting career ya, from my last job and position to my new how to say offering job. Jadi ada someone he want to build a new company here in Indonesia, and he offer job to me. Tapi jobnya tuh agak berbeda dengan yang sebelumnya. Kalau yang sebelumnya I involved as a management, tapi yang di ini because I want to work from home, and I asked to like a job as usual staff. Jadi
Yes,
dari
okay.
manajer ke marketing aja nih. In case, jadi case-nya itu, I don't know how to let us know about my professional status because like dulunya tuh aku bekerja di sebuah perusahaan konsultan yang and it's totally different with my background, academic background. It's totally different. My background is psychology and I work in IT company. Both of them is the IT company. Yes.
Okay.
So how to say and how to introduce about my professional status? Like,
Okay.
could I tell him about my previous position or something other? What must I say?
Yes. Yes. So, I will give you the example first. So my background is actually education, English education, and then I am pursuing my higher education in business tourism. So it is actually like totally switch kan. So I
Yes.
focusing on how my previous experiences, jadi not my previous academic.
Ah, I see.
So, jadi saya akan fokus terhadap eh, pekerjaan saya atau pengalaman volunteer saya sebelumnya untuk pursue my switch ini saya apa cross major saya. Jadi itu salah satunya. Atau yang kedua adalah sebenarnya masih ada garis merahnya seperti itu, Kak. For instance, di dalam marketing, psikologi kan juga penting about people behavior, how the people consumes gini, pattern orang mengonsum pattern konsumsi seseorang, also it's driven by their behavior, right?
Yes.
Kemudian tadi kakak kerja sebagai konsultan dan lain sebagainya. Sebenarnya itu mungkin ini adalah disebut adalah skill of bacot ya kak ya. Jadi skill of bacot itu sebenarnya dia masih ada benang merahnya. For instance like this. Di pekerjaan kakak baru sekarang, tadi marketingnya benar nggak kak?
Yes.
Keren. Nah di marketing itu kan pasti butuh manajemen yang cukup bagus, right? Jadi kakak bisa kaitkan dengan manajemen kakak sebelumnya. For instance like this. Bapak Ibu, the reason why I want to pursue this job is currently because I strongly have good management skills, and I do believe that in the marketing field of job, it's really sangat demanding to be have a good managerial skills, and it's already proven by my experiences for like 7 years as a consultant. When I meet people, blah blah blah. And the second one, I strongly believe that yang namanya marketing also have to understand about people behaviors, about our people patterns, about how people tend to purchase decisions, and it's my background in my psychology can have like a significant impact for your company, for instance. Jadi sebenarnya adalah kita tidak meninggalkan background kita, justru background kita tuh menjadi backup untuk targeted jobnya gitu.
Ah, I see.
Nice.
Okay.
Gitu.
So it's no matter if there is no like kayak misalkan aku bilang pharmacian or psychologist, it's no matter for that. The matter is about experience,
Yes,
right?
benar. Sebenarnya gini kak, experience juga matters, tapi ketika seandainya education-nya itu tidak matter, tapi kan ada skill-skill yang dari education-nya yang matters, gitu.
Ah,
Jadi kalau dibilang no matter, ya it's matter, gitu. Karena ada skill set yang kita miliki dari pengalaman sebelumnya yang bisa kita terapkan di situ. Gitu.
I see. Okay, Mas Tony, thank you.
Kak Amdal gimana kak? Bener nggak kira-kira? Karena Kak Amdal lebih background-nya memang di HR ya.
Yeah, of course, that's totally right. Kita panggilnya biasanya kan multidisiplin kan. Dan in this era, more businessmen need people with multidisciplines than only in one linear discipline atau specialist. That's totally right. Any other questions, everyone?
Halo, malam Mas Tony dan Kak Abdel. Aku mau tanya boleh?
Ya, aman kok, tanya aja.
Oke, oke. Jadi ini sebenarnya udah relate sih sama yang tadi Kak Arlinda dan Kak Wanda. Ini regarding kayak masih bingung antara background aku dan major aku dulu tuh udah nggak align gitu loh Kak. Sedangkan sebenarnya aku lagi mencari kayak scholarship yang cocok. Yang aku tanyain adalah kalau dari teman-teman Kak Tony yang udah dapet scholarship ini, mostly mereka ada nggak sih Kak? Misal nih, aku kan sekarang kerjanya as marketing, tapi background aku tuh dulu nutrition. Dan aku sebenarnya tertarik sama salah satu program scholarship di Erasmus gitu. Dia tuh lebih ke wellness and nutrition. Jadi kayak sebenarnya aku harus balik lagi kan ke background aku waktu nutrition. Cuman kayak aku udah lupa dan aku udah nggak ada experience atau kayak apa ya impact yang aku lakuin di major itu. Jadi kira-kira tuh bakalan susah atau kayak aku harus ganti program gitu ya kak yang sama maksudnya relate sama kerjaan aku karena kan kerjaan udah lama ya. Jadi aku lagi butuh advice sih kak. Gitu.
Oke,
Thank you.
Kak, tadi bachelor degree-nya apa, Kak?
Nutrition. Nutrition science.
Nutrition.
Ya.
Terus yang mau di Erasmus Mundusnya tadi mau ngambil apa, Kak?
Sama nutrition and wellness. Jadi
Nutrition.
relate sih
Oh,
sama
ah,
bachelor.
pasti kakak juga ada alasan. Of course, you have a reason why you want to pursue your higher education in nutrition, kan? Boleh
Mm-mm.
kasih tahu nggak, Kak, kenapa akhirnya finally you decide to choose that major?
Aku ya. Kayaknya sebenarnya ini sih Kak, untuk pekerjaan aku sekarang aku ngerasa udah mulai stuck dengan karir ya dan kayak aku pengen lanjutin studi terus sekarang kan lagi marak-maraknya MBG gitu ya. Jadi aku pengen masuk jadi expertise di situ. So ya,
Oke, got it.
wah.
Oke, iya. Nah, berarti sebenarnya secara tidak langsung sebenarnya kakak sudah menjawab the
Um,
answer-nya. Ya, secara tidak langsung sebenarnya adalah kenapa sometimes kita tuh suka sekali like dig into your information sebenarnya secara tidak langsung kakak sudah menjawab pertanyaannya. If I were you, karena kakak ngerasain marketing stuff, maka
mm-mm.
tetap pursue your nutrition tadi. Jadi sebenarnya tidak ada alasan either misalnya kamu kalau boleh tahu kakak marketingnya di bidang apa?
Kalau sekarang aku di FMCG kayak sales and marketing di Nestle sih.
Nestle.
Ya,
Nestle-nya itu produknya apa? Food, right? Isn't it?
ada. Dan dia punya state kayak good food, good life.
Yes, ya udah.
Oh,
Lagi-lagi it's in line, you know what I mean?
ya, 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 got it.
Yes, gitu. Jadi kan emang di part marketingnya, tapi kan bagaimana tentang like slogan, visi misi dari company yang
Oh,
kakak punya itu still in food gitu. Jadi masih tetap ditarik benang merahnya.
oh.
Mungkin advice dari aku kak, kursus sesuatu yang memang kakak tahu apa yang mau harus dikerjakan, tahu peluang karirnya ke depan, rather than kakak, aduh, kalau aku ngambil marketing, kalau ada pertanyaan muncul like appear like, kayaknya submisan it's
Mm-mm.
not you. Jadi ya udah pursue aja in nutrition gitu.
Oke. Thank you Kak Tony.
Yes, sure thing kak.
Kak, aku Rashi mau tanya.
Oh iya kak Rasi.
Oke. Jadi kebetulan aku mahasiswa tahun ketiga, mahasiswa ilmu perpustakaan dan niatannya, rencananya tahun depan atau dalam maksimal 2-3 tahun ke depan itu mau ambil master degree. Tetapi dia berlainan dengan sarjanaku saat ini, yaitu mahasiswa perpustakaan yang niatannya adalah ngambil sosiologi gitu. Nah, tapi aku sendiri sudah punya beberapa alasan why I choose sosiologi at master degree gitu. Tapi yang kemudian menjadi permasalahan adalah pengalaman-pengalamanku itu lebih merujuk pada ilmu kearsipan dan perpustakaan, which is sebenarnya sangat relevan yang nanti bisa dikaitkan jadi alasan di interview. Tapi bagaimana caranya when we introduce ourselves gitu, eh, hal yang pengen kita kaitkan ini bisa banget nancep di interview interviewer kita, Kak. Karena pastikan ini berbeda banget gitu, dua hal yang sangat berbeda, tapi
Oke.
tetap aku merasa ada relevannya gitu. Itu sih, Kak.
Oke, may I know kak, why you want to pursue your higher education in sociology first? Kenapa?
Ah, karena Ini mungkin agak panjang nggak apa-apa ya Kak, aku
Nggak
jelasin.
apa-apa. Yeah,
Oke,
it's okay.
jadi sebagai mahasiswa perpustakaan dan kita terlibat banyak dengan kearsipan, jadi salah satu pengalamanku itu selain sebagai mahasiswa perpustakaan, itu juga sebagai asisten peneliti, di mana kita meneliti kasus-kasus kelompok-kelompok termarginalisasi di Indonesia. Nah, aku menemukan satu benang merah, which is ketika aku jadi mahasiswa perpustakaan, kearsipan di Indonesia itu masih sangat jelek. Jadi dengan kearsipan yang sangat jelek, kita tidak sempat untuk kemudian merecord atau menampilkan informasi-informasi tentang kelompok-kelompok yang termarginalisasi. Dan kalau kita tarik ulur lagi, permasalahan kearsipan kita yang jelek itu adalah datang dari tata kelola pengarsipan dan bagaimana kebijakan pemerintah itu tidak turun tangan. Nah, yang kenapa kemudian berkaitan dengan master degree sosiologi, peminatan yang pengen aku ambil itu sosiologi kebijakan dengan harapan bahwa aku bisa lebih detail memahami kaitan antara kearsipan, kemudian kelompok yang termarginalisasi ini dengan kebijakan sosiologi kebijakan itu sendiri untuk bisa merumuskan seharusnya kebijakan dalam kaidah sosiologi melihat kearsipan dan kelompok marginal ini seperti apa, which is itu masih sangat really difokuskan oleh orang-orang gitu, Kak.
Oke, sekarang sedikit lagi. Kelompok marginal yang dimaksud adalah mereka dengan people with disability,
Mhm.
orang-orang yang tidak mendapatkan pendidikan yang layak, orang tua juga masuk marginalized group, dan mereka juga low income family, juga marginalized group. Yang mana dulu nih? Atau
Oh,
semuanya?
lebih ke teman-teman penghayat kepercayaan, masyarakat adat, gitu. Lebih
Oh,
fokus ke
masyarakat
dua,
adat.
ya, masyarakat adat dan penghayat kepercayaan.
Oke, selanjutnya apakah ada kaitan antara arsip perpustakaan ini terhadap literasi mereka juga nggak Kak kira-kira?
Literasi ya, Kak ya.
Ya,
Kalau literasi sendiri,
atau sebentar atau kakak bentar gak apa-apa ya saya kakak
ya,
karena otak saya agak random. Artinya kakak mengharap bahwa adanya arsip terhadap masyarakat-masyarakat marginal itu untuk didokumentasikan sebelum mereka being extinct, benar nggak?
ya, betul-betul.
Nah,
Tapi
oke.
kita
Itu
punya permasalahannya kan sebelum bisa terdokumentasi ini, kebijakan pemerintah tuh masih belum
oke.
belum kuat gitu, Kak.
Oke, got it, got it. Nah, jadi kalau if I were you, aku akan bilang kayak gini, Kak. Uh, well, thank you, Bapak Ibu. Thanks for the opportunity. Currently, actually, my background is related to the Arsip daerah, and I also really interested in research. I do a lot of research. Then until finally it come to decision when I want to pursue in sociology. As currently many of the marginalized group are not are discriminated, and they are not their presence is not how to say acknowledged by the government, acknowledged especially in terms of our document in arsip kedaerahan. So I want to pursue my higher degree in sociology, especially focusing on the uh, public policy. And I hope that I can fill the gap where I can attract as the part of our uh, cultural richness can be documented further. Gitu. Jadi sebenarnya ada. Jadi kakak bilangnya nanti gini, Bapak Ibu, pengalaman saya di kearsipan dan riset ini justru adalah menjadi jembatan kenapa I want to pursue my higher education in sociology. Because I read a lot dan I wanna, jadi ini tidak betul-betul jumping, tapi justru your background will help you to pursue your higher ambition. Maksudnya adalah gini, ketika kakak di kearsipan membaca banyak daerah, tahu bahwa gapnya adalah tidak terkomunikasinya adalah masyarakat-masyarakat marginal. Untuk mengatasi permasalahan tersebut, kakak harus berbagian dari orang-orang atau stakeholder dalam kebijakan yang bisa dipursu melalui sosiologi kebijakan. Nah, jadi narik benangnya kayak gitu. Nah, jadi harapannya adalah in the futures, I can be one of the voice person or spokespersons that not only able to like membuat mereka orang terdiskriminasi untuk lebih terlihat, namun juga bisa mendokumentasikannya. You know what I mean? Because you have the experiences in the kearsipan and also research. Currently, we need the research, we need the expertise researchers that related to documenting uh, kekayaan negara. Kekayaan negara Indonesia itu adalah kita kaya karena budayanya, actually. Ya, jadi itu. Jadi nanti juga bilang adalah this type of the action is to prevent uh, the certain cultures to extinct gitu. Jadi untuk uh, mencegah, how to say bahasa Indonesia, mencegah suatu kebudayaan juga punah. So, jadi negara harus pay attention gitu, karena kan ada amanat undang-undang untuk kekayaan hazanah nasional ya, apa lupa gitu. Ini kayak gitu.
Oke, Kak.
Good.
Oke, aku mau tanya satu lagi. Jadi,
Yes.
ketika kita introduction about ourselves gitu, kadang tuh aku kan sempat beberapa wawancara beasiswa sebelumnya. Kadang aku ada kekhawatiran bahwa introduction kita tuh terlalu lama gitu loh, Kak. Apakah
Yep.
sebenarnya ada batas waktu, apakah 5 menit, apakah 7 menit untuk mendeliver every uh, introduction yang mau kita sampaikan gitu, Kak?
Sebenarnya kalau 5 menit itu pasti itu lama banget ya, Mbak. Sebenarnya 1 sampai 3 menit itu pun kayaknya udah maksimal banget. Mungkin reachnya 1,5 menit kali ya. Karena kita nanti adalah harus memperhatikan their expressions. Jika saat tadi, sometimes kan kita bisa ngeh ya. So that's why, kenapa kalau di introduction awal itu better pakai struktur yang kayak gini. Jadi mungkin contohnya tuh kayak gini. Karena kenapa? Nanti for the further information will be by them gitu. Jadi bakal digali lagi oleh mereka itu further nanti. Makanya sometimes why the introductions also will like drive them toward the next question. Maksudnya apa yang kita jelasin di introduction itu kita menggiring mereka untuk pertanyaan selanjutnya sebenarnya. Gitu. For instance like this. Oh, you have experience like this. Why you want to pursue this? Nah, jadi we drive them. Kita sebenarnya yang menyetir mereka terhadap pertanyaan selanjutnya. Gitu.
Thank you, Kak Anthony.
Yep.
Sure. May I
Back
add
to you, Kak
some?
Amber. Yep, sure, Kak.
Yeah, sure. Boleh biar sekalian ini Kak Tony baca apa yang ada di chat. And this scope is for professionals atau untuk ada akademik juga di introductions yang some not some sih, but this is most of people are questioning. It's like actually how long should we introduce ourselves? That was true anyway. The point of view from Kak Tony, like 1 to 3 minutes is also going to be good time. But there are some people is only introduce yourself in a 1 minute, but they got already stopped by the examiner or the interviewer. Itu banyak banget. Padahal baru 1 menit mereka kenalan, terus di stop duluan before they finish their introductions. Something more matters that you should know is the relevant informations that examiner and the interviewers they got from you. If they think that what you deliver in a 1 minute is no more relevant with they need, they will cut you at that time right away. But if when you talk pretty much longer, more than 2 minutes, even like 3 minutes talking only on your introduction, but all of the informations like your achievement, your last experiences, your networks, your certifications, those matters pretty much relevant and they really need it, means you are helping them to know you better, which is relevant with they really need. Mereka betul-betul lagi berhubungan dengan orang yang pas, dengan orang yang relevan gitu. But the case here people are afraid of is mereka udah dikasih waktu yang lumayan lama, but they are rambling. Rambling tuh kayak ngomongnya ngalur ngidul gitu kemana-mana. Tapi pihak interviewernya nggak perlu information sih. For example, yang paling basic banget adalah please know about the visions and missions. Misalnya dari scholarship ya, basic scholarship aja. Pas waktu apply di scholarship yang LPDP, visi misinya apa, tapi kita ngebawanya beda. Kita bukan jadi future leaders ataupun jadi ya apalah people that lead community someday atau want to bring a change to the community, tapi kita malah lebih nge-highlight apa ya, kita pengen berkarir global di luar negeri gitu. Dibunuh sama orang LPDP. Kita ngebayarin kamu untuk balik sini ya, bukan kontribusi ke negara lain ya. So that's only simple things. Nggak aspeknya nggak cuman in this only one subject only. The subject could be 100 or even 1,000. So you need to see the vision and mission itu yang paling basic. But the matter still lot to see and yeah, that also parts that matters. Even you speak longer than you expected, but they need it. They will appreciate you still somehow. So the thing here is just make everything relevant somehow, just like that. Probably so. Cool. Thank you, Pak
Yes,
Pana.
exactly. Yeah, it is what it is. So means that uh, we have to take into account about the revision mission as well, gitu ya. Oke, Kak Amdal, should we make a breakout rooms and then jadi teman-teman untuk breakout room rules-nya, Kak Amdal boleh mungkin dijelasin Kak gimana Kak?
Okay, sure. Ini ke breakout room ya habis ini, like randomly I just put you right there. Just feel free guys to talk about anything yang habis ini because our time is like only 30 minutes left around that. You can talk about some of topic right here, like what Kak Tony has been mentioning and sharing to us, like your academic or professional status atau yang biasanya di global kita nyebutnya ini occupations gitu, occupations atau apa ya, background juga bisa. Terus habis itu entah yang slide yang tadi Kak Tony. Thank you. And then your interest and your specializations also somehow, and all of this topic really matters to know one another untuk saling tahu satu dengan yang lainnya. Back then, like finding other people and later become your network or becoming your next partner. That's very possible.
Yep.
By the way. And
Yeah.
then yeah, just try to use your English for speaking practice too.
Yeah. So we make it into more casual ya kakak-kakak sekalian. So you are going to discuss about your academic professional status to your peers, to your breakout roommates ya. Kemudian you're gonna share about your interests or specializations, and then maybe you can talk a lot of about your experiences and also your personal motivations, especially in your rooms. And then we're going to like kayak semacam casual talk aja nanti di grup. And hopefully, karena because sometimes it's quite like challenging like to compact everything at once because it needs time to like check one by one. Jadi the most important thing is maybe by you are telling your friends about these points, it would help you like to have an idea gitu. Jadi nanti silahkan share your experiences, share about yourself yang mengenai tentang poin-poin ini, gitu ya.
Very much. So you can go to your room, having a free talk. Everyone. Just want to make sure everyone is in the right path. Udah dapat tombolnya semua? Ada yang masih bingung tombolnya? Let me know if you're confused with the button, what you need to push. Great. For Yuli, Darin, and Rizky. Ini ketiduran nih. Waiting for us like doing conversations, become a lullaby.
Kak Munti, Kak Darin, Kak Rizky, do you have bisa nggak masuk ke breakout room-nya? Mungkin bisa dibantu. Tinggal join aja sih sebenarnya karena udah disediain sama Kamdam.
Yeah, I think they are just in a Sleeping Beauty, I guess.
Okay.
After our
All
long
right.
conversation.
Yes. Well, should we move to the breakout room one, or it's okay like in the main room?
For a second. You wanna talk something or kita join ke mereka atau gimana?
Yeah. Betternya gimana Kak? Join ke mereka or how?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
Wait.
we can join.
Okay. Okay. Join.
Bentar aku kasih spacing. Hello, is everyone here? Yeah, everyone's already
Yep.
aggressive. There you go. How's everything, Pak Tony? Everything's good?
Yeah, everything's run well.
Yep. Okay, you can give your words or anything you need to mention. Closing yourself.
Me, Bang?
For last closing, before we are taking a picture, seperti culture kita semua para Gen Z.
Yes. Well, actually, guys, that all that studies material, hopefully it can be impactful for all of you, yeah, because of course it's not really like within a step we can achieve that we want, but at least it can be part of the process for not only you but also for ours, gitu ya. And hopefully, teman-teman, you can still keep update with our information, terus ikutin kelas-kelas kita ke depan because what I can say is that many of the information here is actually that the information that you really can find in other places. Trust me. So that's why also the main reason kenapa menti saya bisa banyak because uh, sesuatu hal yang mereka tidak dapatkan di luaran. And here we provide you with the free access to get this information as part of our contribution as well. Gitu. So jadi keep update with our program and hopefully we will see you in the next meeting misalnya. Kita aja sekarang.
Yeah, that's totally great. Thank you, Bertrand. And kita ini guys, capture. Bisa on cam, biar nanti bisa update di sosmednya masing-masing. So, kita masih butuh validasi kan? Dunia harus tahu kita harus ngapain, kita lagi ngapain. Bentar, culture, ya sure, no worries. Culture-nya kita itu teman-teman pergi ke React, tombol React yang ada di bawah. Terus di atasnya itu ada tombol effect, and you can push biar ada kayak ini kan, punya upload nih. Bisa nggak? Saya.
Aku nggak bisa Kak pakai web.
Oh, yang pakai web nggak bisa ya? Kayaknya yang pakai web nggak bisa. No worries, tombol apapun gue. Yang bisa, you can push ya. Di atasnya tombol reaction. Biarin aja, biar lucu aja sih. Nggak ada alasan lainnya, kecuali lucu. Udah itu doang. So are you guys ready? You can choose your best emoji. Aku bilang 1, 2, 3, you push it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Mataku ketutup satu ya kan? Ya, kecil. Was a group. You can check. Ada di grup WhatsApp. Kita lagi habis ini. You find it good? Kita lagi. Tadi trial. Lalu sekarang bisa koreksi style gitu. Let me choose my best emoji. So, ready? So 1, 2, 3. Satu kali lagi biar nanti story-nya agak full gitu. One more time. Ntar siapin emoji dulu. So 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Aha. Very good. Thank you everyone for the day. Jangan lupa ini ya, diposting somehow untuk validasi kehidupan kita di zaman perang dunia ini, but we are still fine. Thank you guys. See you next meeting in the next 2 weeks, still on Sunday, the same time, by the way. Have a great day. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kak Tony, for today materials. See
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you, Kak Anda. Thank you, Kak Tony. Thank you, everyone.
Aku tutup ya.